So today, I want to talk about the mark of the beast. Yes, you heard me right. The mark of the beast. I know that a lot of people will not understand. And so many are worried, troubled, confused. And the main reason why I'm bringing this video today is to let us know that it is not the way the Bible wrote about the mark of the beast that it will be like. Everybody, I'm sharing this to warn us. I'm sharing this to prepare us ahead of time that when the mark of the beast is going to be shared, it's not going to be labeled as the mark of the beast. It's not going to be labeled as the sign of the Antichrist. It's not going to be labeled that way. It's not going to be announced that way. Rather, it is going to be labeled as something fanciful, something beneficial, something cool, and something that must be a must-have to be a part of the new world that the new global leader is introducing. So, hi there. My name is Ike. You can call me Pastor Ike. Welcome to my channel, God's End Time Mission Television. Today I want to share with us something that everyone is afraid of. Almost everybody has it at the back of their mind on what they think this particular thing will be like or should be like. So today I want to talk about the mark of the beast. Yes, you heard me right. The mark of the beast. I know that a lot of people will not understand, and so many are worried, troubled, confused. And the main reason why I'm bringing this video today is to let us know that it is not the way the Bible wrote about the mark of the beast that it will be like. Everybody in the world today at least have heard of the mark of the beast. So they know it's a mark. So they are expecting it in one way or the other. I also hope we all know that Satan also is aware that we are aware. And so with this opera and with the talk of the introduction of AI, microchip, RFID, and all the new technologies that are being introduced now for a while, you will see a lot of people have been agitating. I, for one, have even preached it before that, maybe the microchip will be used, the RFID radio frequency will be used. But I like to let everybody know that it is not the way we think that Satan is going to introduce this mark of the beast that it will come. A lot of people are going to be shocked, and many are going to gladly go about accepting it without really understanding it. So that is the reason why this video is being done right now. I want to say that the mark of the beast will be cool, fashionable, and of course beneficial to those who will accept it. I repeat again, the mark of the beast will be cool, fashionable, and beneficial. I think it will be beneficial to alert the world, especially the Christian community, that when the global leaders, government, or the beast system attempts to introduce the mark of the beast as described in Revelation 13 from verse 16 to 17, the approach might involve some strategic manipulation methods, strategic manipulative methods to reduce resistance and ensure widespread acceptance. But let me read the prophecy in Revelation 13, verse 16 for us. The Bible says, He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Excuse me. In accepting the mark of the beast as described in the book of Revelation, we all know that it carries severe spiritual consequences, eternal consequences. According to the biblical interpretation, Those who receive this mark are making a definitive choice to align themselves with the Antichrist, the global leader, which is viewed as an act of worship and allegiance to the devil. Revelation 14 verse 9. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out in full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb. Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever received the mark of his name. Beloved, this is grave. If there is any scripture that we should retain in our memory, this is one of the scriptures. Now, come with me. Since many are already aware of this prophecy and its eternal consequences, the global leader might employ a multi-layered strategy to bypass direct resistance from the church and the church community while still enforcing the compliance. I'm going to give you some hypothetical scenarios. If you understand what I mean, you know what social media is. Let's look at the first scenario, hypothetical scenario. They might introduce a global crisis as a pretext. Creation or escalation of a worldwide crisis such as a severe economic collapse. Of course, you are already aware that the whole economy of the world is shaking. Or another pandemic. Today, we are hearing of Mpox, hearing of Ebola. You are also hearing of C-19. We are hearing of dengue fever. The Lord particularly told me about dengue fever that is coming. Now, a whole lot of these deadly diseases are already playing in various parts of the world. Now, we are hearing in major cities of the world that some certain clandestine people are dropping chemtrails. You know what chemtrails are. The intent is to poison the people so that they can get infected, catch any of this dangerous disease, and it becomes a pandemic. Hello? Now, why are they doing this? This crisis will create a sense of fear and urgency, just like what they did with the C-19, making people more susceptible to accepting the extreme solution. So, the global leader might frame the crisis as something only solvable through total unity and unprecedented global cooperation, thereby justifying the need for everyone to adopt a single global system. Deception 1. Whether use monetary system crash, another pandemic, or a global disaster. It could even be the Third World War that is playing between Ukraine right now and Israel and Iran. I want you to also know that it is the same globalists who are supplying the weapons to the Ukrainians. They are saying the same people who are supplying the weapon to the Israelites. So think about it. War on both fronts. Anyone can be your guest. Okay? Now what am I saying? Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. In the midst of an economic collapse, government might claim that traditional currencies are no longer safe and efficient, and that a new global regulated system of transaction is necessary to stabilize the world. And what is that? They are looking at blockchain technology, the whole system of accounting, which came into existence during the aftermath of the Second World War, is no longer effective. I'm talking about the Brentwood financial system is no more. So they want to bring the blockchain, and that is why in almost all the nations of the world today, almost every bank account has CBDC. Oh, You already have it. If you have a digital ID, you have it already. It's called your digital wallet. Listen, everything these people are doing is in plain sight. They are ready. It is you that's not ready, and that's why this video is coming. They are already ready. The number 2 thing they are going to do, economic and social benefits of compliance. In other words, when they introduce this mark, when they introduce the financial system, they will give you economic and social benefits like what they are presently doing in China right now. Oh, in case you don't know, it's already in operation. China is the first place of experiment where they are giving people social credit for behaving well and living right. They are giving people social credits. So the second point I want to make here is economic and social benefit of compliance. To ensure mass acceptance of the global leaders governments offer, they could offer significant benefits and incentive to those who adopt the mark. They will give you social credits. They call it carbon credit. If you live well, you behave well, they will give you carbon credit. The Lord spoke to me and gave me a vision of them giving out carbon credit for those who use less of fuel, who use less of organic materials, who do not do things that will emit CO2. Now, CO2 is the biggest scam of the century. Let's put that aside. That's a story for another day. So, they will provide social incentives. These include guarantee financial stability. With a global market collapsing, those who adopt this mark would have exclusive access to resource, food, essential goods, healthcare access. In the context of a pandemic, receiving the mark could be tied to health services such as vaccine, passport, or medical treatment, social travel freedom. In other words, they'll tell you, oh, remember, the mark of the beast is a global digital ID. You can go anywhere with it. Once the government is in power, they will deploy it. And so they will tell you, with it, you can travel. With it, you have access to healthcare, hospitals. You can move around. You can go anywhere you want to go. Okay? So you have access to medical treatment as much as you want. Social and travel freedom. This mark might require for traveling, working, or participating in public life, like during the sea era. You couldn't go anywhere if you are not taking the vaccine. Okay? So you for going to public places, giving people incentive to comply out of convenience. When they start, what they will do is that they will provide so many incentives for people to want to enjoy it. And so people will rush and begin to take it. Let me give you an example. The mark could be branded as a means of securing your identity or protecting your future. In other words, so that you will not be sick, so that you will not, fall into wrong hands, you will not fall into fraudsters. In a time of uncertainty, which we are entering right now, it might be integrated into wearable technology, presented as a necessary tool for the modern world. In fact, I will play a clip for you people, and you will see how people will rush to see it in my subsequent videos if I don't do it in this video. In one of the prophecies that I have also seen is that they are going to make it a fancy tattoo. People are going to rush to create their own personal tattoos so that they can be called cool. Like I said, the mark could be branded as a means of securing your identity or protecting your future in a time of uncertainty. It might be integrated into a wearable technology, presented as a necessary tool for the modern world. Number 3, they will frame it as if it is a moral obligation. Pastor, what do you mean? The new global leaders government could use moral and ethical arguments to pressure people into compliance. How would this work? They might present the mark as an act of global citizenship and responsibility, casting those who resist as selfish or harmful to society. In other words, if you don't take it, you cannot raise your head in the community. You become the wicked person. You become the bad person. Of course, you know what that means. For those who are discerning, who are spiritual, who will know what will be happening at that time, who will not want to take it, majority of them will be Christians, and those who were raised in Christian home, who understand the implication, they will not become the enemy of the state. You're hearing this? So like I said, they will not come in the guise and say, okay, this is the mark of the beast. No, they will not force you. But they will